What's going on, people? It's Strike here from Striker Reacts, and today we're reacting to 24-25 NBA award predictions by Jonny Arnett. Um, it's going to be a long season. A lot of change been made in the off season as well. I feel like the competition is just getting so much higher and better. I'm enjoying basketball. It's not really too popular over here in UK compared to America, but you gotta give it to them. Is a good sport to watch. Coming off the Olympics as well, USA got the dub. Let's see how the NBA season's gonna go. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Hold on. MJ.
So the 2024 to 2025 NBA season is quickly approaching, and as usual, I'm doing my preseason NBA awards predictions. Last year, I got 3 out of the 8 selections correct. So let's see if I can improve upon that. Starting off with the Defensive Player of the Year. Last season, Rudy Gobert won his 4th.
Now, I don't know what you guys think of Bloke here, but bro, Rudy, you're a good player, but for DPOY, like, you have to be smashing one of the higher ups in NBA, bro. You are not defensive player 4 years, not in a row, but just 4 years period. Like 4 times you've been that, like, bro. By that measurements, yeah, you should be top 3 defenders of all time, and niggas don't even put you in top 3, bro. So respectfully, you're a good defender, good player. Your height plays into it a lot, but you don't deserve all those 4. You robbed at least 2 of them.
Tying the NBA record for the most DPOYs won in a career. I do think voter fatigue will play a role this season, and will hurt Rudy's chances to be able to repeat.
Bro, if he gets 5, yeah, like, bro, NBA, that's when you know it's just rigged. And, like, it's just about who you know, and other factors, like skill just goes out the window.
But with that in mind, the biggest reason why I'm saying the award is going elsewhere is not because of what Rudy is or isn't doing, but it's because of the ascension of Victor Wembanyama. He was absolutely incredible on defense last season, and I expect a big improvement in his sophomore year. No player in the history of the league has ever won the Defensive Player of the Year while missing the playoffs.
Bro, I can't lie, he should have won it the last year, bro. It's just because he's a rookie and they don't want to affect, like, history with the stats and stuff, bro. But Wembanyama, whatever his name is, Wet Bananas, he should have won DPOY last year. You know, he's really him.
The rookie Wembanyama came very close last season. If his Spurs could win only 22 games and lose 60, and he still is the runner-up to the award, then what do you think his chances will be of winning if he can get his Spurs even up to a 500 record? And now, with Chris Paul as their floor general, who is always improving a team's record the instant he joins them, I think that is a very realistic possibility. Not only should Wemby improve with the gain of experience and as he grows into his man body, but I think the Spurs are naturally going to win more ball games this year, making him the favorite to win the award.
Bro, CP is an all-time point guard, so bro, I won't be surprised if Wembanyama averages around like 30 points a game with about 4 blocks and 12 rebounds, bro. Like, he's really got a good point guard there. Like, last year, like, I feel like the San Antonio Spurs were just hated on him. You know, like Vassell, Sohan. Trey Jones was trying to do the CP kind of thing, but he's just not skilled enough, you know. So we'll see how it goes.
Next up is Rookie of the Year. First, I gotta give a shout out to Reed Shepherd, who was great in the NBA Summer League, and with the Houston Rockets, he'll have plenty of opportunities to fill up the stat sheet. But with that being said, the guy I'm going with is Zach Edey. And I know it's not really the most
Yeah.
shocking or bold pick, but as a 7'4" player who's a good rebounder and has an excellent post game, he kind of reminds me of Rick Smits from the 1990s, as he has great footwork, great post moves, and a solid jump hook shot.
Bro, he just reminds me of like a Asian, like Yao Ming was Asian, but like Yao Ming, bro, but like a Gen Z version.
After the departure of Steven Adams, Memphis was really hungry for a center that they can lean
Bro, what happened to Steven Adams? Did they kick him out of the league? Let me know in the comments.
upon. And with Zach moving to the 5th spot, I think they'll slot a Defensive Player of the Year winner in Jaren Jackson Jr. to his more natural power forward position. And it'll be nice to see how these guys complement one another. It's also worth considering the fact that Memphis is going to be a lot better this year than they were last year. Partially because they'll be completely healthy, they'll presumably have Ja Morant back for the entirety of a season, and they just have a deep roster overall.
Bro, if that guy goes
When teams improve dramatically over the previous season, that's when the voters start looking at their squad and are more likely to hand out awards. So for this reason, I think Zach is a prime candidate to win the Rookie of the Year. Now for Coach of the Year. A lot of times, the voters tend to go for guys who were leaders of overachieving teams, or in the very least, for younger teams who exceeded expectations. But I'm not going in that direction in this instance. My pick for Coach of the Year is actually Mike Malone. We know the Denver Nuggets are a solid Western Conference contender year in and year out. And as usual, I expect them to win a lot of games and be a contender for the first seed in the Western Conference.
Bro, no. Like, Mike Malone's good, and Denver Nuggets are good, but they got found out after they won that shit, bro. Like, their system's a very good system, but again, it's a system. Like, I don't think Mike Malone could go into any of these other rosters and change it. Like, that's what you're looking for in a coach of the year. A coach that can actually go into any roster and change it, or be at the highest teams and make them winning contenders. Mike Malone, I think he just got lucky with the players he's got. Jokic is amazing. A lot of piece players, KCP, Aaron Gordon. So, nah, not for me.
Which naturally makes him a decent contender for the Coach of the Year award. But beyond that, they added Russell Westbrook, who tends to be one of the most difficult players to implement in the entire league. And from that standpoint, people are already starting to question if this will work in Denver.
See, I don't even
Not
think
only do I
it'll
think that Denver can pull it off, but I think that both Jokic and Mike Malone will receive a majority of the credit. If they're able to be the first or second seed in the Western Conference and bring Russell Westbrook back into a situation where he's on a team contending for a championship, then I really think that's going to bode well for his reputation when it comes to his leadership. Next is Sixth Man of the Year, and last I checked on the Vegas odds, Malik Monk was the favorite to win the award. Personally, I'm going for the guy they had second, which is Naz Reid. I truly believe that Naz Reid is one of, if not the most talented player in the entire league who's coming off the bench. He did win the award last year, but I don't expect voter fatigue to kick in just after one season. And if we're being honest, he'd probably be a starter.
Bro, Bobby Portis is probably equally as good as him. He comes off the bench as well, so I don't know about the most talented, but he's a dog, bro. Naz Reid's, he's one of them ones.
On most NBA teams within the league. I think his numbers will increase yet again, and Minnesota will once again be competitive. And given his wonderful talent as a big man who can handle the ball, who can slash to the basket, and who can hit shots consistently from the perimeter, he seems like a safe bet to me.
Like, do you know who Naz Reid is, bro? Naz Reid's like the Cristiano Ronaldo's of like Taurean Prince, bro. Like, he's good, but he's not that good. I think my man's glazing him a bit.
Next is the Most Improved Player Award. And this one is kind of a dart throw.
Oh, for you guys that don't watch soccer, he's like the Steph Curry of Taurean Princes, bro. Like, yeah.
Because you never know which guys are improving the most in the offseason. Almost all of it is behind the scenes, and we can't see these guys work out and how their progression is going. Right now, the early favorite is Victor Wembanyama. But honestly, I think that's a bit silly. given the fact that he's already a star player and the expectations for him are astronomically high. So him exceeding those expectations seems very unlikely in my opinion. The player I'm looking at is Jonathan Kuminga for the Golden State Warriors.
Hey, come back.
That's my pick, and a lot of it has to do with the opportunity. With Klay Thompson now leaving Golden State and heading to Dallas, Steph Curry and the Warriors will need another scorer to even further assert himself and pick up the slack that Klay left behind. Someone's numbers are going to get a boost from that absence, and I personally believe that Kuminga makes the most sense. Even last season, he made a significant jump from the year prior, and as an athletic scoring option, I see him really turning some heads this upcoming season.
Bro, that was a good take. I think Kuminga will make a big jump this season, but bro, as you saw last season, as long as Steve Kerr's in management role in Warriors, he's not giving none of these younger players a role, bro. Like, if it ain't Steph Curry, Draymond Green, I think they just added Buddy Hield as well. Like, he tends to go for the more experienced players, like the young players. Even he'll probably even give like GP2 more minutes than Kuminga, bro. So yeah, we just have to see. But the way Steve Kerr is, I don't see him.
Next is Clutch Player of the Year. Once again, this one is also a bit of a dart throw. With that being said, I did get it right by predicting Steph Curry to win it last year. But I don't think Steph Curry will repeat, so the guy I'm looking at this time is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Simply put, SGA is one of the most skilled offensive players in the entire league. With his tremendous footwork, with his amazing handle, and with his fantastic jump shot, he could score seemingly at will, and he's only getting better. He has a game that's modeled after some of the best scoring wings in league history, and with his ability to create his own shot and get off a solid look in seemingly any situation, I think he's going to hit a bunch of clutch shots and several game winners, making him my choice as the winner this upcoming season. As far as Executive of the Year, I'm going with Daryl Morey from the Philadelphia 76ers.
Hell no, bro. Daryl Morey, bro. The nigga that was beefing James Harden? The nigga that single-handedly just destroyed the 76 Nation? Bro, this is an L take, bro. Why did you even upload this? Bro, no.
Usually, there's two factors at play.
Bro, he brought in Paul George. Paul George, who just goes missing in playoffs, to match with a sick no Embiid. Like, the guy is creating like a recipe for failure. He's actually cooking up failure. Like, I'm praying for the 76ers fans this season. No, but disappointment.
Play for a guy to win Executive of the Year. One, the team has to do really well. And two, the guy had to make some significant moves throughout the season. And obviously, one of those was picking up Paul George. Now with Joel Embiid, Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey, this Philadelphia 76ers team has the makings of a very scary and overpowered squad. I wouldn't be surprised to see them win 60 to 63 games. And if that's the case...
60 to 63 games? Bro, he is chatting was, bro. Don't know what Philly team has ever done that, bro. Like, are you talking about the Moses Malone era or like Iverson era? Because, bro, Embiid, when healthy, the best player in the league, no doubt. But he's just never not, you know. Maxey's really good. He's just going to be left on his own at the end of the day.
Case, that's when they're going to start looking at the executives that made this whole thing happen. Last, but definitely not least, is the MVP award. And I picked him last year, and I'm picking him again this year. I'm going with Luka Doncic. Obviously, Nikola Jokic is going to be in the mix. But after yet another MVP, I seriously think voter fatigue is really going to kick in. And he would have to do something astronomically impressive in order to win the MVP award once more. It isn't just about Luka's talent, because last year,
I mean, Luka's good. I feel he's a bit too... He plays like James Harden and... Yes, it's not a bad take, but I think I think voters will like um they would like what's the word I'm looking for? They would lean towards the person who's made their team significantly better as well as scoring. We've seen Doncic do high scoring seasons literally since he's come in the league. So um, whether they'll give him an MVP now, I think it all depends on how he is with his teammates and how he improves them. Now that he has Clay and Kyrie, so we'll see.
He averaged 34 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. So honestly, what could he really do better? But the thing is,
That's what I mean, bro. Like, are you waiting for a nigga to do like 40 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists before you give him? Like, bro, they're really not looking at the points, bro. You gotta deep it. They're not looking at that shit.
his Mavericks were just a 5th seed. And now, with more chemistry, with the experience of going to the NBA Finals, and with the addition of Klay Thompson, who I am on record as saying is going to have a major bounce back season in this new atmosphere, I think the Mavericks are going to be much, much better. In this regular season, I wouldn't be surprised to see them be a top seed in the Western Conference. And that is that requirement that Luka has always been missing. Remember back in the day when...
Bro, do you know how, like, wrong... Bro, Luka's had two off the top of my head players that have went on to literally go and improve and be, like, title contending teams. Even though he was last year, but he had Porzingis, who went on to the Celtics and won. He had Brunson, who's now at the Knicks and doing really well. They were, like, top three seeds last year. He has these good players, but he doesn't know how to use them. And we're just going to see a repeat of it.
When Leonardo DiCaprio never had an Oscar, and everybody was talking about when he's finally going to get one. And it took so long that they finally just gave him the award for seemingly one of his less deserving roles. Or look at Kobe Bryant when he finally won the award in 2008. He was an MVP candidate year in and year out. He had a chance at winning it in 2003 and 2006, but for various narratives and for not winning enough regular season games, they just refused to give him the award.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, they're not really looking at points, and Kobe's a great, bro. Like, I'm not saying Doncic is a bad player because he's not winning MVP, but it's like, to really win MVP, look who's won it. Jokic, a guy that's like sharing the ball, that's making his team better. Like, they don't really care about getting 40 points. Bro, because by that metric, yeah, everyone would have been catching up to Jordan, bro. And they want Jordan to stay at the top. Think about it.
And then finally, when his Lakers were a top seed in the regular season, they gave it to him in 08. I think Luka finds himself in a similar position, where he's been in the mix time and time again, and he's just waiting to snag that award for himself. All the voters seem to be waiting for is the instant where his team becomes a top seed in the Western Conference, because I think it's just waiting to happen at this point. In the last 5 seasons, he's finished in the top 8 spots of the MVP voting. So in my opinion, he's very due. A dark horse candidate is Joel Embiid, as his Philadelphia 76ers should win a lot of games. But again, I'm sticking with Luka. So now you've heard my predictions, what are yours? I look forward to hearing your choices in the comment section below. Thanks for watching as always, make sure to like and subscribe.
Hey, that was the end of the video. Good video by, I forgot his name now, Jonny Arnett. I do think some of your predictions were wild. They did have, like, sense to them, but, like, Rudy Gobert winning it again, nope. 76ers, like, really? Out of all the teams that have made the trades and stuff, like, 76ers? I don't really know what's sprung up in them that's made you choose them, but that was a bit wild. Nas Reed, I could hear that. Doncic, I get what you mean there as well with Kobe and stuff. But again, like I said, like, unless you're improving your team, the voters are moving towards like a team player that can score rather than a score first person, you know. At the end of the day, it's all a narrative to keep Jordan at the top. Because at the end of the day, we should have seen Harden maybe win 3 or 4 MVPs. Kyrie with loads, KD and stuff. So Even Kobe, even hearing that, that's wild. But let me know what you guys think in the in the comments, and what you guys think, who's gonna win the NBA awards this upcoming season. Without further ado, that ends up the video. Catch you guys in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. We out.